The air is heavy, laden with the weight of unspeakable atrocities. A chill wind whispers through crumbling buildings, carrying with it the echoes of countless lost souls. This is Auschwitz, a name synonymous with horror, a place where humanity reached its darkest depths. Established in 1940 in occupied Poland, Auschwitz wasn't just one camp. It was a sprawling complex, meticulously designed for systematic extermination. It was a vast complex, a network of camps designed for extermination, each part playing a role in the machinery of death. Auschwitz Birkenau, the largest, became a factory of death, where efficiency in killing was honed to a chilling perfection. The Nazis, fueled by their twisted ideology, sought to eliminate entire populations, driven by a perverse vision of racial purity. Jews were their primary target, deemed racially inferior, and a threat to their vision of a pure Aryan race. Families were torn apart, lives extinguished in the blink of an eye. But the net of hatred was wide, ensnaring Roma people, homosexuals, political prisoners, and anyone deemed undesirable. The camp became a symbol of the depths of human cruelty and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable suffering. The Nazis' beliefs were a toxic brew of racism, anti-Semitism, and twisted science. They saw themselves as a master race destined to rule. Jews, they believed, were a parasitic people, undermining their strength. This warped worldview justified unimaginable cruelty. Propaganda spread like a virus, dehumanizing Jews and other minorities. They were portrayed as vermin, as rats, as a disease to be eradicated. This poisonous ideology took root, poisoning the minds of a nation. The scale of the horror is almost impossible to comprehend. The sheer magnitude of the atrocities committed here leaves one speechless. More than 1.1 million people were murdered at Auschwitz. Men, women, and children, all victims of a brutal regime. Can you imagine that figure? 1.1 million lives extinguished, families torn apart, futures stolen. Each pair of shoes represents a life, a story, a dream that was never realized. Only a fraction survived the horrors of this camp. The survivors carried the weight of their experiences, their memories etched in their minds forever. Around 7,000 were liberated by Soviet troops in 1945. These survivors emerged from the darkness, bearing witness to the atrocities they endured. Their stories, often too painful to tell, are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable evil. They remind us of the importance of remembering and learning from history, so such horrors are never repeated. Upon arrival, prisoners were stripped of their identities, their names replaced with numbers tattooed on their arms. They were crammed into overcrowded barracks, deprived of food, water, and basic sanitation. The inscription above the gates of Auschwitz read, "Arbeit macht frei," work sets you free. A cruel lie. Prisoners were subjected to back-breaking labor, forced to work until they collapsed. Many died from exhaustion, starvation, or disease. Children were not spared the horrors of Auschwitz. Most were sent straight to the gas chambers upon arrival. Those who survived faced unimaginable suffering. They endured starvation, disease, and the constant threat of death. The Nazis conducted horrific medical experiments on children, their small bodies subjected to unimaginable pain. The innocence of childhood was shattered in this place of nightmares. Auschwitz stands as a stark reminder of the depths of human depravity. It is a place that echoes with the cries of countless souls who suffered unimaginable horrors. It is a place where the air is thick with the silence of the dead, a silence that speaks volumes about the atrocities committed here. The walls of the barracks hold the memories of those who lived their final days in fear and despair. The ground seems to weep with the tears of those who perished, and the barbed wire fences stand as a testament to the cruelty inflicted upon innocent lives. Flowers placed at the memorial serve as a small gesture of remembrance and respect. We must never forget the victims, their suffering, and the inhumanity they endured. Each candle lit in their memory is a beacon of hope and a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. The lessons learned from this dark chapter in human history are invaluable. Survivor testimonies and educational plaques ensure that future generations understand the gravity of what happened here. We must remain vigilant against all forms of intolerance and hatred. Memorial Day events and international activities remind us of our collective responsibility to stand against such evils. For if we forget the past, we are doomed to repeat it. Educational quotes and candlelight vigils serve as poignant reminders that the fight against hatred and intolerance is ongoing and must never cease.